Good afternoon, people. Bondo here. And it's been a few more days. We've been staying inside. It's been cold. We've had some things that we should have done, but we didn't do. Just hanging out with my wife while she has the time off. But I'm going to go ahead and do a little something. Our endeavor, when I had to take the wheel off to put new studs in it, when I'd forgotten to tighten the lug nuts, when my wife was on her route a few months back, I noticed, well, the caliper pins were stuck. And then when I went to try to take the caliper off when I was on the road, the bolts immediately stripped out and I had to take it off by the backing plate. So what I did is a new backing plate with a new caliper was $5 more than just the backing plate. So I went ahead and got one for both sides, and we're gonna slip that on, and we're gonna do a little. It's got a little weak spot on the back side of this unibody frame, whatever they want to call it. It's a little bit rusted. So after we get this done, and in addition, sometimes when we fill it up, we get a smell of gas, and the gas inlet is on the same side in the same corner where we're going to be welding. So it may be explosive fun. Well, let's get to it. First thing we'll do, take a wheel off. Wrong way. Hey guys, this was Timu. I know it's a piece of crap, but you know what? It just took that wheel off, and for the most part, that's all I need out of stuff. Get him the rest of the way off there. Get her tire off there. Get it out of the way. We'll raise this baby up where we can see it a little bit better. I don't feel like bending over to you. Plus, we're going to weld it. I will drop it back down. Get it on the locks. Get the pressure off of it. That's kind of the safety in these things. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we're right there. We got our line. We have a new caliper here. I bought two of them. Now, I know this is the right. This is just about any brake caliper. Your bleeder will always be towards the top, right? And so, since these bolts are stuck in this, see how this way you can't really see too much because I have the bolts tight, but this kind of floats in there, right? And this is frozen and seized, so it's not gonna float at all. It's just hung up. So what it does, it just wears out one pad because it's not allowing the caliper to travel back and forth, and it's also keeping a little bit of brake pressure on it all the time, so it wears down that pretty quick. So you just individually, hold it up there. And, see if you have the same thing. So, we are going to take out, looks like our backing plate is probably a 15 or a 16. I, of course, did not prepare for this. Get our wrenches. All right, now I like to get this stuff started. Pretty much anything I like to start with a hammer. Just give it a little tap. It doesn't have to be necessary. This is the first hammer I found, guys. It doesn't need to be this big. We'll just get a little tap. Just, get stuff started. Bolts are a little bit rusted. That shock. Oh. That shock is what's going to get them going. Little tappy tap. I got them started. So to save us some time, I'm going to grab my Bingo Way Timo tool. Maybe if I was a professional mechanic, maybe having the expensive stuff, I suppose, might pay for itself. I don't know whether it's any better. I've never bought it. Anyway, get this guy. I don't know what this is, $45 or $50. Something like that. Not too much money. Get him, we'll get her bolt out. I'll set him here on a shelf so I can forget where I put him. This baby, pull it off of here. Spin him around. Oh. Get our pads out of here. Flat screwdriver, just pry up on it. Every car is a little bit different. That's the way these work. Get him. Okay. Get him out of there. Still looks good. Yeah. This guy's a little bit more worn. But it's getting a little bit more worn because it's not working. Basically, like I said, this caliper, well, these are stripped out. I can't get them out. So the caliper's still good. It's just basically the thing. It's frozen in here. And it's just not moving back and forth. And I can't really. I'll be able to get them fixed when I'll cut these off. And then I'll have a caliper. But basically, these bolts are junk. I went ahead and bought a new caliper just to save time. So you have the new caliper and then the old caliper. So all we got to do now to swap them. These are already tight. Well, we'll do this the right way. We're gonna take the backing part in this apart. And the bolts are a little bit tight on that too. We'll see if our Bingo Way will knock it loose. We'll tap him with our hammer. Hammers are handy when you're having fun. Oh, I'm just putting it down here on the concrete. Knock it loose. And we'll get our Bingo Way. And we'll take it apart away. Now you'll see things. Most cars are like this. It rides on this pin, a little bit of grease. This moves back and forth. That's why these little deals here expand. So that way, that your caliper needs to move back and forth for smooth operation. So we're gonna get this guy. Get this other pin out of here. And they hold themselves in with a little bit of suction. We'll put a little bit more grease on that. here is our new backing plate. Just get the 2 bolts we just took off, and we're going to reverse the process. We're going to try to line up the damn holes. Oh, what's going on? Is this different thread? That would be uncool, wouldn't it? Oh, say it isn't so. What is the dealio with this EO? Man. How much different is it though? What's going on here? Alright guys, what you want to do is make sure that you don't have the thing backwards. I'm an idiot. Oh. Huh. Something seems to be different. Looks to be about the same. What's going on? In fact, let's figure this out. Alright, it appears what we have is just the remainder of the backing plate. The rest of it's long rusted off. These new pieces are just a little bit thicker maybe. Yeah. So it's keeping that new backing plate from fitting in there. So I'm ruining another screwdriver. That's what I like to do. That's why I buy them at auctions. I can do what I want, right? That's what I would like you to do. Yeah, do what you want. You know, I'm here to show that anybody can work on their own junk. Sure, I'd like to be working on one of the old cars, but we're not doing that today. And we'll see if this piece will fit in here a little bit better. Yeah, I think that'll get her. Still pretty unhappy down here, though. Oh, why? There's a deal with this backing plate. Is this part thicker? Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's a little bit thicker. When you have your brakes, you always want to support support that because this is a double-walled line like the Chrysler. This stuff will fail. Let's pull this guy off here. So we have in here. This is a disc brake. This is your emergency brake. I realized right at that point when I went to put the brake pad in that I had the backing plate backwards. So once I turned it around in the right direction, it fit just fine. So yeah, you can save a lot of time in your project if you're not me. But it's okay. Past that now. I'm gonna throw our brake pad in here. Oh! Well, it looks like we have a couple anti-rattle clips. Let's get them in there. And that's exactly what they do. And we got a new banjo bolt. See, these are our anti-rattle clips. They sit on the inside. There's some notches in the caliper. And we got some new copper crush washers. Anytime you're doing a brake line or anything like that, you want to replace these crush washers because once they are done, crank down the first time, they're gonna pretty much bend to that shape, and that's what you got. And this, put on your pad, I think. It's put it on your brake pad when it goes down and you hear that noise, it's a wear indicator. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's get this guy. We'll pull our brake pad out of there. These clips only go in one way. There we go. And if I wouldn't have put them in there, this baby would have been all kinds of sloppy.
I was walking home from a night on the town when I fell.
Let's see. Get down where I can see what I'm doing.
I hit a metal plate. It turned my face numb. C&D water.
This is wanting to fight me. But I will win the fight eventually. There we go. Got him now. Now we'll reinstall the pad, which we have already set down again. Start in the bottom, kind of twist them in there. Now what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get a little bit more of that grease, do not get it on the pad. This right here, right there. That's what's going to sit on that metal. You want this to be able to move back and forth. There we go. Sitting in there snug. Get a caliper on here. Slides right on. Some rubbers in there. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the banjo bolt, guys. Yeah, don't try to thread the wrong thing in there because it's not going to happen for you. Get this guy and feed him through there. In order to get it to feed through the rubber, get it started back. Come down to your bottom. Do the same thing. You definitely want these bolts going through these rubbers because that's what protects it. You get them cranked down there. Grab a hold of your bingo way. Alright, so we got that. Then we'll come back. We'll come back with a wrench. Just give a little tappy tap on the bottom. Just check stuff. You know, why not? Alright, now we're going to change this over to here. So what we're going to do first, we're going to get ourselves a little drippy drip pan, something for that brake fluid to go in, because we are going to lose a little bit. All right, get ready to change this line over. Take this cap out of it. It has an O-ring. I'll probably save this, and we'll, I don't know, we'll stick it back on that one, right? So we'll get this ready, put a washer on that side, and put your other washer, you put it through, put it on both sides of the nut there, and then you put it through the brake line. So before I do that, I'm going to take my bleeder valve and get it ready. So we're going to have to take it loose. And, all right, I'm going to break my bleeder loose. Yeah, I just wanted to do that first. I snugged it back up. Oh, now we'll get our banjo bolt ready. We'll get our tappy tap. Make sure this threads down into there first. Yeah, it's going to just fine. Now we'll knock this loose. Again, you know, it's the shock. It's the shock that gets it more than anything. So we'll get this. We'll take him around here. And we'll start losing brake fluid here shortly. So we'll get our bingo away. Got the right thing on there. Take that off. We'll knock that out of there. With the quickness. Get him loose. Get our caliper. Drop him out of the way. Get our banjo belt out of there. Well, just get her. Yeah, we'll get him out of there. That's all kind of rusty. Oh, get this bolt out. Get a line situated. Take it, put him down here. The one copper washer on the top of the caliper. You got the other one by the bolt. Get him worked down through there. Oh, and it's still loose. What do we got going on here? Is our banjo bolt too long? What do you guys think? Yeah, it's never gonna seal. What we got going on here? It's not cool at all, guys. Let's see. Compare it with this other one we just took out of there. Yeah. That's much shorter. That's much shorter. So, I'm not going to modify the new one. I'll just use this old one. Let's got line back in there. You can drop back through. Yeah, guys, that's even threading in there. Good deal. You know, it's why you don't throw stuff away. Well, they've pretty much set me up for failure. Yeah. Now we'll be able to do that the way we want. And it feels a lot better. Before I could still wiggle the line with my hands. Ridiculous. So we get that guy. We got him cranked down there. A little towel. We'll wipe it off. So you just want to see if it's going to leak. So now what we're going to do, we're going to let the brake fluid dripping. We're just going to just leave that guy alone for a little while. We're going to let that gravity bleed. And now I think we're going to see if we can figure out what this gas tank is. I'll be back with you. Get this thing raised up a bit more. And you can see now, it's dripping a little bit of brake fluid. That means it's pretty much pushed all the air out, right? So we'll bleed it again to make sure. But yeah, right now, we're just going to tighten the bleeder. Guys, Bondo here. We had some snow last night. I went and played some music last night. The video I made was not that good. What kind of damage we got here? What's the turtle look like underneath of there? The turtle get hurt? Oh, turtle, what are you doing, Dad? That looks like it's just laying on the top of turtle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of damage it did. It's pretty cool though. It's with me in the snow. I thought about it before I left. Usually when the weatherman says we don't get snow, no, we don't get snow. This time we did. Looks like that leg's still out here. So it's broke. It's touching the ground. Yeah. Just gonna come out here and do a little shoveling. tractor 2. It's covered. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it just... Hell, I don't know. We'll find out sometime. And it's a couple days later. Snow's melted. Legs are all... I don't know. I'm glad I can fix things because I'm going to have to. Not going to take you long for this ride, but I'm going to take this... I got to take the thing apart. And so we'll see what kind of damage we got on the Buick. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm going to be doing stuff today. We'll do a little welding, get a little on the Chrysler, and see what we got going. And yeah, we are alive, so we are back to doing stuff. Hey guys, a little update. We got the building pulling down. Here's what we got. Apparently, these dents are already there. Yeah. Fortunately, did not hurt anything. As good as it could get. Right? Well, other than it not collapsing. I'm gonna have to fix a few legs, but that's for another day. Back to car stuff here in a bit. Hey, people, back again. Huh? Hey guys, back again. It's been a few more days. You saw I took the Timu tent down. Nothing's damaged, thankfully. They were back on Pearl. I changed the caliper. I discovered something kind of bad. See this rusty thing right here? It's supposed to go right there. Sits up in there like that. Yeah, and that broke. So what we're going to do today is we're going to fix it. First, I think I'm going to get some, this bolt molds it up there, and this is all, this is solid. This mounts it to the body. So I think I'm going to get a piece of rebar, we'll loop it around this and get it going back in there and cram that back in there. And we'll get a couple more pieces and put it back together. This is a piece of rubber mat. This is the the gas tanks right here. So we're gonna be welding with the gas tank. So I may explode in this video. If I do, you guys will be the last ones to talk to me. And I think also, I've got this metal washer here that this bolt runs through. And the bolt, if I look at it, it starts threading about right there, right? So, I'm going to take I'm going to take a hammer and bend that around. And then we're going to we'll get a piece of metal, put it underneath there, drill a hole in the piece of metal, so we'll bolt it there, we'll put a brace and brace it here, because the suspension moves here and here. This deal right here, this is just supposed to be solid. So that's all we're going to do for that, is we're going to make it solid again. So I'm going to get my materials together, round it up, and see what we're going to do. Here's what I've come up with. Alright, so far, got a piece of squared tubing. Get you in there, you can see that. Squared tubing. Alright, so got that. I'm going to mark this thing. Mark it. The way it comes off about here. It'll give me some good metal in between. The weld too. You can tamp that up. You can weld that on the bottom. We'll weld this on the. This is rotten. We're gonna use this. This is a table. Yeah, there we are. But let's get you back here a little bit. We're gonna take a cutting wheel, cut that off, use that as a pocket, set that thing on, and we'll get that. So, yeah, we'll get it marked. We'll weld it to the back of this. Weld it to the back of this thing real good, and then we'll jam the thing in there. So that way, we're putting a piece in there, and we're gonna add our strength before we do any welding in there. All right, so get you spun around here, get this piece cut off. All right, got some glasses. Get this baby chopped up. Like I said, I don't have to be too particular. Do a little grinding. Let's get our pieces fitting a little bit better.
empty pack of cigarettes.
Get this guy. Come back in there a little bit more. Got this fitting here. And round this off in the center, I think. Make it put a little, let's see what we get with this. She spun back around here. Spun back around. There, we're spun around. Hope you guys are doing good. My wife, she is Karen. She is back to work today. It's her first day back after she having her surgery. She was hurting pretty good. I'm sure she's probably hurting pretty good today too. That goes there. Well, no, I'm gonna go ahead and I should have. Well, maybe we'll stick a hole in there and do this end.
I'll be waiting here.
That's right there. I'd like that to sit flush with that. So we'll grind him down in there in the bottom so it sits a little lower. Alright guys, I'm going to try to tack this thing together. So hopefully this will work. We'll slide it in there. And if it works, we'll weld her solid. Alright, got them tacked in there a little bit. We'll go back and weld it solid. We'll see if this baby's gonna go in here. There's my piece. Slide him in here. Grind a little bit more off the backside. Well, we got this back on there. We are not done with it yet. We're gonna get a piece of get a piece of rebar. I'm gonna make a U shape. I'm gonna put this around there, and I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna make like a big a staple, and we're gonna jam that baby back in, and then we're gonna weld that. And then after we get that, we'll probably get another piece of metal, bring it across here, take this bolt back out. Take this bolt back out, and then in between this washer and right there, we'll put a hole in here, and then we'll weld it here. So we got the square tubing going back in there. We're gonna have a piece of the rebar going back into there, and we're gonna have a plate. We're gonna have a plate at the bottom, and then I might get another piece of steel and put it right up in there. You know, we're just locating. We're locating this baby, so it doesn't go anywhere. That is all we are doing. And you know, fortunately, the other side of the thing looks like it's in pretty good shape. So, anyways, I'm gonna check in the dogs, and we'll be back. All right, here's my piece of rebar. I really don't know exactly how to measure, so I'm just going to cut some of it off, and then once I get a little bit shorter, we'll know where we're at, and then we can make the thing fit. Here's how we're going to do. We're going to get one end going. Oh. Get about a foot of it off here. Here's the rebar. It's a highly technical welding utensil. Get him in here. Got a socket. Got a piece of rebar. I'm gonna put the piece of rebar. I'm gonna measure it again. Put the piece of rebar around that. And use this to bend my piece. All right. Next little deal. I'm gonna shove a piece of metal in here. Attach it to the bottom. And weld it in a couple spots there. Use this little scrap that I had left over. I'll get that cut right back. Got a little piece of metal. We're gonna shove them in here. Things always don't do what they don't. They do what they want. Yeah, we'll get our glove. We'll get our glove and get in there. Tack that baby in there. We're just gonna, you know, we're just filling holes with metal because we can. A little helmet here. Yeah, I mean, I got my piece. Got the piece inside of the arm sticking out. I'm putting pieces around it. And the whole goal really is just to, you know, keep it from moving. Just get in here and hold this thing.
Know if she likes it, and even though she's just playing, I like it. When we go back to my place, she's still driving my face, just wondering what went wrong.
put a good amount of weld stuck through there. Got my rod, it's also attached. All the stuff's super hot, a little bit cool. Get a little blendy wheel. Get this ground down a little bit. When I get that, I'll show you the next thing we're doing. All right, guys, I got another scrap. Got the welder on. Try to get this stuck in here. Yes, I'm gonna have to put both gloves on. I don't like getting burnt, guys. I don't enjoy it a bit. Just going around here and get this thing tacked in place. And that ground there. Oh, gotta hook the ground up, guys. It's always important. Your welder will work better.
You said we cry, cry, cry. You said we cry. You said we cry. You said we'd cry when we die. When we die, we all came to see what shoes you wear, what shoes you wear. Dreaming dreams of dreams, dreaming dreams of dreams, taken away like an ocean wave. Hold your head up high and be proud.
Yeah, we put a little paint, we put a little undercoating on it. She's pretty solid now. It's not gonna go anywhere. And that was the only thing that we was doing. So we got it back together. Get the tire back on. Should be good to go until the next thing breaks, right? Anyways, guys, I appreciate you taking part in this. Probably gonna be a completely jumbled mess. Of course, I think that about all of them. But we're gonna see what kinds of tunes we can stick to stuff. You know, I'd appreciate all the artists. I want to say hi again to Doug Brown and Nathan Corkum. They have YouTube channels at Backyard Builds with Nate and Doug Brown. Check them out. Also, Tim Miller and Jennifer. Howdy to Southeast Ohio in Peace and Grease. Check them out. You know, there's lots of great channels out there. I support the ones that I actually talk to, that I consider friends and stuff, because friends got to take care of one another. This poor little turtle, she don't have a tent. We'll get to fixing that. And I'll leave you with a little bit of sunrise, sunset, sun something, a little pan around, all that happy business. We're gonna get some brakes on this girl tomorrow. Anyways, appreciate all you guys watching. Bonsai out.